Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. So this is going to be a love and spirituality reading for water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And this will apply to your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. And I'll also be doing an extended video when I'm finished with this one. So the link to that will be in the description box down below. So usually when I do these readings, I do them in the past, present, future format, but I'm not doing it like that today. I'm just doing it super intuitively. So, whatever messages comes out, just take it as it resonates, leave whatever doesn't fit and take whatever applies. So the top card is the slowing down card, and that is the outside energy. So the outside energy could be something that is, or the outside energy is something that is greatly affecting you. It could be a job, it could be another person, like a friend, a family member, an ex, a current partner. Just take it as it resonates. But I feel like whatever the situation is, it's causing you to slow down, or you have slowed down when it comes to the situation. I think that some of you could have moved into the situation very quickly, and now you're being guided to kind of take a step back and to review everything that has been going on. Because when you dive into a situation too quickly, you can miss certain red flags, or you can miss certain things that you are supposed to see. So sometimes something happens where the universe is really forcing you to slow down and kind of think about what has been going on in whatever this cycle is. Let me see what's at the bottom underneath this. The experience card in the reverse. So some of you, this cycle that you've been in, or this, whatever the situation is that you've experienced, it's been a few negative aspects to it, is what I'm hearing. And that's why you're being asked to slow down, because I think that you couldn't necessarily see the negative aspects of it because things were moving too quickly. I hope that makes sense. You're also being asked to slow down because it's a very odd message that's coming through. I think I'm picking up on two different groups. It's like some of you are being asked to slow down because it's like something you were missing, like you couldn't see it because things were moving too fast. But some of you are being asked to slow down because you're headed onto this new path and you're needing to preserve your energy. So it's like, what I'm getting is like the tortoise and the hare story, where the tortoise is like slow and steady wins the race, while the hare is like rushing forward. So for some of you, you could be in some sort of or it could feel like competition with someone, and you're being asked to take things slowly. Don't try to rush forward and one up this person. Just kind of let them burn themselves out. This is a very strange message here. What is this that's happening? I'm wondering if some of you, it's like you could have parted ways with someone, or you have like this strange silent competition with someone or something, and it's like you're going to be victorious in it, but it's like slow and steady wins the race. It kind of reminds me of like when you break up with someone and then they quickly move on, and then it feels like they've won somehow because they found love quicker. But you're taking your slow, sweet time, and you're the one that's actually healing and doing the work properly. And then their relationship ends up falling apart because they didn't do the work. They just jumped into something new. But then when you find a partner, it's going to be long term because you took the longer route of like really healing. I hope that makes sense. That's very clear for some of you. So like I said, two different groups. One of the groups is saying to slow down. There's something you're not seeing about the situation. The other group, it's like you and another person. It's like they appear to be winning at something because they're rushing forward into something, but you are being guided to take things slowly, and you're going to be victorious at the end. So if someone you were dealing with made some sort of hasty decision or hasty move, you could feel at first like they've won the battle, but they're not going to win the war, is what I'm seeing. Okay, I hope that made sense. So next card, we have the intensity card here, being rooted by the participation card. So some of you are being asked to pull back your passion and your intensity that you were feeding into a certain situation. And it's being asked for you to redirect that energy into something that actually is going to give you it right back. So some of you were really intensely focused on something that just possibly wasn't it wasn't doing it for you. Like, it wasn't giving you that passion or that intensity in return until things finally kind of fizzled out, like the fire and the sparks sort of fizzled out. And so now you're being asked to take whatever energy is left, like any of that passion that's left over, you're being asked to put it into something more positive and more productive. And it's also saying that you're able to be much more, you're able to build much stronger connections when there's not too much intensity, if that makes sense. Hold on, let me get a sip of water. For some of you, you're used to very high charged situations, meaning that you're used to things that just feel extremely explosive, or like you're used to when you're dating, you feel like these fireworks. And it's like, if it's not intense and explosive like that, you don't want it. But from what I'm seeing, some of you are needing to understand that sometimes that intensity isn't a positive thing. Sometimes when you get into these situations where it's intense right from the beginning, it burns out just as quickly. And so some of you are learning that it's better to have like a sort of like an even temperature sort of thing. Like, you can build something strong and solid with someone that doesn't have to start off like explosively or with like fireworks. So you can build those emotions slowly but surely, and it's probably best to do it that way, because then you can really see someone for who they are or get to know them inside and out when there's not that explosive like fireworks right from the beginning. You see what I'm saying? It's like some of us have been in connections that have been so explosive that normal connections which you build slowly, they don't seem satisfying to us, or they seem like something is off about them. So it's basically saying that there's a need for you to evaluate, why that is, or you need to evaluate the way that you approach these connections and understand that you can build slowly, that it doesn't have to be like a burst of extreme passion, in order for the connection to be real. The totality card is here, and the clinging to the past card. So the totality card to me is talking about someone being there to catch you if you fall. It's like someone who you see as a security blanket, or someone who you just really want to depend on. I'm hearing security blanket very, very heavily, because sometimes a security blanket could be just someone who at some point made us feel loved, or it's someone who we're very comfortable with, or we're very used to. It's like our comfort zone. Even if that person is no longer in our lives, it's like that one person that you always run back to when things are just going weird in life, because you're just comfortable with them. And I'm not getting whether this is a positive or a negative. It could be different for different people. Like, for some of you, this is a positive thing that you're able to kind of go to someone from your past in order to help you feel more grounded. It doesn't have to be a person either. It could be like, for example, let's say you were raised in a certain neighborhood, and whenever you're feeling like life is just too much for you, you go and walk in that neighborhood in order to give you like that nostalgia, in order for you to feel more grounded, in order for you to kind of like, it kind of takes you away from the hustle and bustle of like being an adult and all the issues that come with adulthood, to go and visit your childhood home. See what I'm saying? So that's not a bad thing. But for some people, this is like clinging to someone from your past simply out of comfort. When things are just going wrong in life, it's like you run back to them, and it's not really a good thing, because I think that they are gone for a reason. But it's like they're still your comfort zone. I'm gonna pull one more. Or you could use like thinking about the past, or reminiscing about the past, as a form of escapism. Because sometimes when you're about to make a major transition in life and it's scary for you, you can start to kind of escape through just thinking about the past, or reminiscing about the past, or possibly attracting situations in your life that are very similar to past situations. And that will be a clear indicator that you're afraid of the next chapter in your life. When you start attracting things that are almost identical to things you've already been through and you've already learned lessons from, that's kind of an indicator of you just being very afraid to move forward. So you're manifesting things that bring you comfort, even if it's not a positive thing. It's only comfortable because it's familiar. I really hope that makes sense. So the inner voice card is here, and the Lover's card is here. So the inner voice card talks about diving deep into your intuition in order for you to get clarity about whatever the situation is. I hope this reading makes sense. I feel like this is all over the place. So whatever situation that you have been in, it's like your inner voice is trying to help you see things very clearly. You could also be getting signs and synchronicities to guide you when it comes to this situation. And with the Lover's card, again, this doesn't have to be romance, but it's something you were definitely emotionally connected to, and therefore it was hard for you to see the true nature of the connection because of the intensity. And like I said, for some of you, this is a pattern of like getting into very explosive situations, like things are like fireworks right from the beginning. And it's hard to truly see the person for who they are because of the explosion, because of the passion that kind of like blinds you in the beginning. And now that things are evening out, you're able to really look back, kind of reevaluate things. Like you're slowing down now, and therefore now you can see things, or you can see the bigger picture for what it is. And for some of you, like I said, I think that this is going to be kind of scary for you, like realizing that you've been in this cycle, that you've been in this pattern, and some of you could feel the urge to kind of run back to something from the past simply out of the fear of the unknown, or like you ending something that it's like now you're very uncomfortable and you don't know what's going to come next, so you run back to something from the past. And this could also be that someone you were dealing with did this, they ran back to someone from the past just out of pure comfort, but that's only for a small group of you. And that's for a group of you who's already aware of this. Like if you don't know that for sure, like there's no need to go and like check and see like, oh, did they get back with their ex? Like, no, this is something that you would be very much aware of already. But I just think overall, some of you are just really slowing down because you're needing to see this situation in its entirety, because you just weren't able to see it because of how much passion or explosion there was between the people that were involved. And again, this doesn't have to just be romantic. This could be a job that you just felt really, really excited about, a career choice that you just felt very passionate about, and then that passion started to fizzle out, and now you're trying to figure out exactly what to do next. So it could be anything. It could be, just take it as it resonates. Try to see if there's any more messages here. I don't think so. I really hope that this made sense. I feel like this was kind of all over the place. I think that overall, though, the lesson that's being learned here has a lot to do with maturity. It has a lot to do with inner conflict that comes after you've experienced something that's so different from what you thought it was. It's like when you think something is one way, and then it turns out to be the complete opposite. It creates this inner turmoil in you, or this inner conflict in you, that causes you to really reflect back on the patterns, or like what took place, and like how did I get in this situation. And because of that inner conflict, and because of that self-awareness and self-reflection, that's how you mature and grow as a person. And I think that that's what's taking place here. Like I said before, if some of you got out of a situation with someone and they possibly rushed into something else, it's gonna fall apart, so don't try to follow suit and jump into something yourself. It's like you taking the long route of healing yourself is actually going to pay off in the end. You're going to win in the end, just like the story of the tortoise and the hare, slow and steady wins the race. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to clarify all these cards in the extended. We're going to jump more into that outside energy, and then we're also going to pull cards for what you can expect for the upcoming month. So thank you for watching, water signs, and I will leave the link to the extended video down below, and I will see you over on Vimeo. Bye.